Okay, this was a bad idea because it's super bright in here. I'm filming in my mum's room since the lighting's nicer, but the window I'm sat at is like right on the main street, so all my neighbours can see what I'm doing, which is great. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a piercing related video since you guys seem to love those videos, and at this point I do have quite a lot of piercings to share, 11 to be exact I think. So I thought I would do a piercing tour video and just show you all my different piercings, tell you when I got them, how the healing was, how the pain for the piercing was, and just show you what I have got. So yeah, I'm going to be blinded this whole video, but let's get started. So the first piercing I got was obviously just my first earlobe piercings. Most people have these. I'm currently wearing little Playboy earrings in them. I got these on Depop since I know I'm going to get questions. The first time I got my earlobes pierced, I was age 4 or 5 I think. I asked to get them done, and then a couple months later they got surgically removed because I got a really severe infection. I got them done at Claire's with a gun, so I'm not really surprised. And that obviously scared me from piercings for quite a while, up until 2017 when I was age 12 and I got them re-pierced. Again at Claire's Accessories because I didn't learn from my mistakes, but luckily that time they healed okay. So yeah, that is the first piercing I got. I got them done with a gum, which I think makes it a little bit more painful because it's like blunt force instead of just like a sharp needle that cuts through really easily. So they were probably about a 2 or 3, but they weren't too bad. I remember thinking they were quite sore at the time because obviously I couldn't remember what they felt like when I had got them done when I was 4. And piercing pain is quite a unique, different type of pain when you haven't had a piercing before, so yeah, I'd probably say it was about 2 or 3. The healing process was fine. I didn't really properly change the earrings till about a year on because I was so scared, but yeah, they healed fine. They're fully healed now, obviously. They're like almost 3 years old. Second piercing I got was in 2018. I got my second earlobe piercing on my right ear. Originally I wasn't planning on a lot of piercings, so this was the only other one I was gonna get. I originally intended this piercing to wear one of my dad's earrings in because he always used to wear like a couple of ear piercings each side, but none of them were pairs, so I couldn't wear like a pair of his earrings. It was just like single ones. So I got a second hole on this ear just to wear one of his in, but I don't really wear it in there anymore. In this piercing I just have a little Labret stud, which is just one of the little like flat back earrings with a screw-on ball. That one again was done at Claire's, so I think it was about a 1. It wasn't painful and it healed really quick. I don't know what order the rest of my earlobe piercings came in because I did all the rest myself, but I've got my third earlobe on my right ear. Now for some reason my third earlobe piercings always mess around a bit. I don't know if it's because my earlobes are not like that big, so a third earlobe piercing is quite tight on my ear. I don't know if that like affects the healing, but yeah, I had my third on both sides. I ended up taking it out on my left side because it kept getting sore and swollen, but I still have it on my right ear. So I've got my third on this side. Again, got a little Labret stud in it right now, and this one's just plain silver. Then I have my second earlobe piercing on my left ear, which currently has a little snake earring in it. Since I don't have a third this side, I tend to wear like a little bit of a longer second earring. So I usually wear the snake earring or a little star constellation earring. Around October last year, so this was about 6 months ago, I then got my septum pierced, which was such an easy piercing. It's definitely my favourite piercing. I have so many septum rings because there's so many things you can wear in it. A lot of people think septum would be quite painful, which I thought that as well, but turns out it's actually not painful at all. It's probably like a 3 or a 4 just because it's quite a sharp pain and it's quite an unusual pain. You kind of feel it go through and it's quite sharp, but it's not like painful as such. Actually, for me, I think putting the jewellery in was more sore. But yeah, I've had this 6 months now, so it's like fully healed. But yeah, it wasn't hard to heal. It wasn't sore when it was healing. The only times it's kind of got irritated has been when I've had like a cold or bad hay fever and I've kept blowing my nose, because obviously knocking it around when it's healing is not the best. And I got a cold like 2 months after I had it pierced, which was not great, but luckily it recovered and it was all good. The next piercing I got was my Tragus piercing on my right side. I pierced this one myself, which was a really bad idea, and because of that, it's given me so much trouble. It's about 4 months old now. I'm against taking it out because I love how it looks and it isn't doing too badly, but it's healing a lot slower than I would expect it to if it was done professionally. But yeah, piercing pain for this one, obviously it's quite thick cartilage and I did it myself, so it's probably about a 5 or a 6. I'd say probably like a 5, and the healing period isn't too painful, but for me it's been a bit of a nightmare to heal, probably because I did it myself. Probably not if you got it done professionally. Next piercing I got was my eyebrow piercing. This is 3 months old. Again, healed pretty well. The one thing I hate about my brow piercing is it is so easy to catch on everything. I've caught it numerous times on t-shirts, jackets, towels. It's so annoying for it, but it's worth it. You just have to be super careful when you wash your face and when you're like drying yourself. I really like how it looks. This one doesn't have much option for jewellery, so I get a little bit bored of it, but my face looks so weird without it now. Currently just have a little silver barbell in it. I've got a little crystal ball on the top, not that you can really probably see in this video, and I sometimes wear little spikes on it. Oh, and my Tragus jewellery is a little crystal Labret. It's just a little internal internally threaded one, and the crystal's super pretty. So then I got my daith piercing. This one's actually been probably my easiest cartilage piercing to heal. That was super easy to get done, super easy to heal so far. I think it's like a month and a half old maybe, or 2 months. So far so good, haven't had any problem with it. No bumps. I sleep on a travel pillow every night. I often get questions how I sleep with my piercings. It makes sleeping a lot more comfortable up until they're healed. So I recommend it if you have any, like, especially cartilage piercings healing. Usually if you sleep on them, they tend to get aggravated and get bumps and stuff. So daith piercing pain was probably about a 4. It was mostly pressure. The clamp hurt a little bit, so maybe it was like a 5 in total. Putting the jewellery on was pretty uncomfortable because it's quite fiddly, but it got done very well. I currently have a little silver horseshoe in it. I got told it heals better with a horseshoe than like a full hoop, which is why I went for this, but I actually like how it looks. But yeah, so far so good. The healing process has been pretty easy. It doesn't really get caught or anything because it's like inside your ear. So this one's doing really well. Has not given me any pain. Then I got my flat piercing, which I've got the most beautiful jewellery in right now. I got this little crystal internally threaded Labret from Etsy. Before this, I just had a little plain metal ball internally threaded into it, but I changed it on the front just to a crystal. The bar is still the same as it was pierced with. This one's only about a month old, but actually it hasn't given me too much aggravation, even though it's at the top of my ear. Because I haven't got long hair, it doesn't get like caught in my hair or anything. I have knocked it a couple of times whilst like putting my hair behind my ear, or like when I'm washing my hair, sometimes I've caught it, but in general it really isn't too bad, and even when I catch it now it doesn't tend to hurt. So that one's doing really well, and it's definitely one of my favourites. My final piercing is my tongue piercing. I've had this one for about 2 weeks. I did it myself. There's a video on my channel. I know it's a silly idea before anyone has a go at me. I explained in that video why I did it myself, but I do not recommend it. It hurts so much more doing it yourself. It's hard to do yourself, and there's a lot of danger to it, so I do not recommend in any way, shape or form that you do that, even though people will argue me that I am promoting it by sharing it, which I guess I am, but I don't recommend it. Luckily, it healed pretty good, and I think the placement is pretty good. This one has a lot of jewellery option. I've already got quite a few different like cool tongue bars. I got a lesbian flag one the other day, which I was quite happy about. But as of right now, I'm just wearing a plain metal ball on it because that's just like my favourite. I like plain ones. The healing process for this was a pain in the arse. I think it takes about 2 months to heal fully, but the bulk of the bad healing process is over now, and oh my god, definitely the worst piercing to heal. My tongue literally doubled in size. It was so painful. Couldn't eat or talk properly for like a week. It was so gross, but worth it because now I really like the piercing. So yeah, that is my piercing collection right now. Once this quarantine is over, I'm going to get my navel pierced, and I'm also going to get a rook piercing on my right side. They're the main two I want, and then after that I'm going to take like a break for a while probably from like getting piercings. And yeah, I will see you next time. Mwah. Goodbye.